Thank you, everyone. It's very funny. It's the group called 312, which is Welcome to Chicago. The Chicago downtown area code is 312. Yeah, or Chicago downtown. Hey, I'm here in Chicago for 20 some years, a local here. So I rode bike 7 minutes to get here, so it's pretty convenient. So yeah, today I'm talking about data-driven process automation. Really, our MSP boss is focused on the MSP owners and the managers to solve the people and the process issue. That's some keywords. And I'm the founder and the CEO of MSP Bots. And very quickly about myself, right? Yeah. So the couple of the things I got to be theory entrepreneur. So I was graduate dental school, but loved falling in love with the computer. Actually, I have a retail business called Chicago Computer Club. I started here in 2002, and later also started MSP back in the 2009. I actually learned from Robin Robbins what is MSP, then start building it. So I did the marketing first, then learned what the casilla is, how to deliver it, using my retail technician eventually. So grown it from the 0 to 1.7 million in about 7 years. So I was in your shoes, and I was in the Robin Robbins group, Taylor Business Group, True Master Group, and the local Chicago EO group. So I'm very familiar with the peer group. So not only I went through the pain to grow my business, MSP, and also with my peer group. So later, by 2016, I become an angel investor focused on the AI area. So very early saw the AI is coming and started MSPbots.ai, 2019. But right now, everybody's talking about AI. Back in 2019, very few people even mentioning it, right? So now we have probably like 500 MSPs using MSP bots every day across the globe. So back then, when I was running my MSP, because you guys have the experience in the peer group, it's super easy for you to get an SOP, right? You can send an email to the group to say, hey, anyone can share your backup process, ticket intake process, name the one. 24 hours, you're probably gonna get a 3, 4 copies, PDF, OneNote, Word file, and you can hand over to your service manager, the backup engineer says, go follow this SOP, do it in the next 10 years flawlessly. That's your dream, and never happened, right? Because so we're all human. Everybody hire the humans in the business, so that it's people, process, and the product. Most of our product are managed service. So you have your process. Now you need human to execute it. Problem is, like everybody, including myself, as a human, we make mistakes. We cut in corners. We get tired. We need to take a vacation. We're sick. We're not in the mood today. I'm thinking about leaving the company. I'm fighting with my wife. Give the reason, they make mistakes. But you choose to be an owner. You choose to be a manager. Guess what? Their problem is your problem, right? So that's why you needed the management system. You needed the SOPs. You needed the checkpoints to really fix their problem. Otherwise, you're going to spend a lot of time monitoring it, reminding them, training them. You get your emotional damage there. How many times you lost the sleep? You have a perfect day, 9 a.m. We got to talk. Your whole day or whole week ruined, right? And those embarrassment, get to talk with the client. The client said, what the heck is this? Oh, this is Joe again. This is John again. I was there every week, every month, apologizing to the client for something my team did. Frustrated like a hell, right? Then at a certain point, you lost the client. You cannot grow your business. You feel like, oh, I'm treading the water. I'm working so hard. I pick up 3 clients here. I lost 4 clients there. Then what's the point for the growth? All you dream to leave a legacy, become the financial freedom, have some meaningful impact over the society, it just stacking there, right? So these are the things back then, our peer group, we spent so much time talking about it, and I learned a lot with all those stuff. And so that's the part of how you collect the data, make the decision, execute the task. Now with AI, you can incorporate the feedback, continue this automation loop, then really solve the problem. That's everybody's talking about AI agent, but this is basically what AI agent does. So the couple of quick areas is really just like, I saw people field survey. Is everybody using the bright gauge? Anybody not using bright gauge? Okay, what do you got? Oh yeah, I know you. Yeah, what are you guys using? Oh, okay. Yeah. So you set up by yourself. Okay. So this is actually, if you guys use bright gauge, or Bob using MSP bots, right? It's like how can you cannot you cannot fix a problem if you cannot see the problem. If it takes you 7 days to identify a problem, or every time it takes you 1 hour to dig into a reports to find the problem, then minimum for 1 hour. That's before you start solving the problem. So this is kind of like we do this. Our major revenue is coming from the baggage migration. We migrated about 400 more than 400 baggage users, right? Some of them like 800 employees, some of them 3 employees using the baggage. I can quickly flip through why all those more than 400 businesses switch. Baggage, cognition, MSP, right? We can do all kinds of the report, way more than what they do, right? Give you all the stuff. So this is step one is you collect the data, the dashboard give you the red, yellow, green, up, down, words, so you can visualize the report. Then the second part, right, this is identify the problem, 80 some integration. Then the second part is now you have all those baggage dashboard on the TV, send the report on the third monitor. Then you say, okay, then my problem is solved. Nope. If nobody look at it, nobody click at it, nobody drill through it, nobody chase it. John, this is the third time this week. Mary, oh, Mary is not here. Joe, can you help? So that's why your service manager, team leads, spending 20-30% of time every day, look at a report and chase people, right? Same thing over and over. It's the same problem, different employee, or sometimes same employee over and over, 20-30% time. If they spend time, sometimes they don't spend, that problem just sitting there forever. So I'll quickly show some of those area, right? And how to take the data, actually take the action. Then, this is the next ticket is something I did back then when I was running my MSP. Matter of fact, running my retail store. So when you have all those tickets, right? Everybody show up, all the technicians show up in the 8 a.m. in the morning. There's typically 10-to-1 ratio with the ticket open. Who's there to solve the problem? Which ticket they should be doing? So either dispatcher making the decision or technician making the decision. So we fully automate that part using the AI do the triage, AI do the dispatching. So nobody make the decision. It's all algorithm making the decision, right? Daniel showed up at 8 a.m., type NT, boom, this is your ticket. No human intervention needed. So we can replace about 80-90% of the dispatcher or service coordinator. If you still have the human manually go there, do the dispatching, or you still have a technician look at, here's a 10 ticket assigned to me, which I should work on. That question should be answered by algorithm in 2 seconds, not by a human. So we're, of course, everybody's doing some AI. We did some like AI driving the dashboard, AI doing the ticket triage, and we're doing the AI QA, which has been got a super good feedbacks. So I'm going to quickly go through that. Here's the thing, right? The bright gauge. Has been our majority, 80% of our client originally from. So why people switch? So for the people using the bright gauge longest, more than 7 years, right? Bright gauge used when I was running my MSP with my team is awesome. They keep updating, they keep releasing the new stuff. You send the email, boom, 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 they get the ticket solved until about 70 years ago. What are the things they released in the last 7 years? Almost nothing, some of them. So we have more integrations. Actually, this is not list. I should add another 2 lines because every month we're releasing the new integrations. This is all the integrations. A lot of them Brigade doesn't have, and we'll keep releasing more because you don't have the. Yeah, there's more there. I didn't update this one. Basically, you cannot report it if it doesn't have the integration. Very simple, right? So there's more. I can send the slides later. And also, we have a way more pre-built, right? Most people use ConnectWise here. So this is the Harmony data set from the bright gauge you get in. And this is the Harmony data set from MSP bots. You can see this is not like a 10% more. The difference is like one client asked, hey, do you guys have the stopwatch data set? I'm like, stop what? Like, there is a stopwatch function? Because I used ConnectWise before. I didn't even know that. It turns out, yes, they do. We ask the use case, they say, right, then we just publish that data set. So we just keep publishing more data set. Because when we work with the MSP, or if A, B, C, 3 companies all need a similar data set, It's like, oh, maybe this is a popular one. Let's publish to everybody else. So you can see there's so much more. And this is a recently released, right? One of the common problem with Bragage user, even with MSP bots user, is challenge to say you need to train a data analyst, or you need to use professional service to do it. So we just pretty much build the AI here. So you're just like, oh, I need a line chart for the ticket for the last 12 weeks. Yeah. So they say, hello, can you create a bar chart to show how many Halo tickets closed weekly for last 12 weeks? Then the AI just find the data set, looking for the filter, retrieve the data set fields, setting up data set, basically mimic a human, just get it done, right? So this is make everything so much easier to do. So not only you save tons of time, you can quickly create a widget. Anybody can basically can speak English, can do it, and we also have a lot more. There's the same thing. You ask Bragage, open the ticket. 3 years later, they may still considering it, right? For us, right, it's just like people say, hey, I need a heat map. There you go, right? I need a funnel. I need a pivot table. I want a Gantt chart. I want a sunburst. It's 2-3 weeks of development time. Why not? If it's useful. So we have a whole lot more the way you can visualize the data that Bragage doesn't have. Bragage do 240 days. We can do 4 years data. How often you get like, oh, I wish I have more data. Sorry, 240 days. Oh, your data set is too big. It's timeout. Okay, change it to 180 days. It will be fine. Yeah, really? I need a 12 months data. No, you can't. So
are you doing that with a separate read-only SQL instance?
No, we use this one we call the layers. So this is the same data set, but it has 2 different layers. It's 30 days, 240 days, or 4 years. So you choose whichever layer. So it's still the same SQL, it's just 3 different layers.
But you're doing that against our live ConnectWise database?
No, we pull the data from the same thing. The Bragage pull the data. Yeah, save us. Yeah, otherwise, you really, I'm gonna receive angry email from ConnectWise, yes, or from your admin if you local hosted. 3 minutes standard refresh versus 5 minutes. Anybody send the monthly report or weekly reports to your own team? Yeah. So one thing, the Bragage, the big pain part, I talked with a lot of people. So if you send somebody report that says, I want to send a report, RMM, the PSA, RMM, security, backup. I need 4 data into one report, right? Bragage, you have to do, if you have 500 of them and 4 data for each, you want to do all of them, 2,000 clicks in order to get that done. For us is you do the one-time mapping. As long as they all have exactly same company name, it's fully automatic, right? So current or future ones, fully automatic. And also the same thing when you are trying to send the report, you say, okay, first of every month, any gold member or gold agreement that is active and the ticket, the contact type is a report recipient, I want to send them all these golden templates. ConnectWise, do it one by one. Not only one by one, when they leave you, you also need to go remove it, right? Otherwise, they're going to still receive it. For us, it's fully automated. It's a filter system. You set up once. You just make your ConnectWise system accurate. It will automatically doing it. Some other stuff, right? We have the much more sophisticated Python, Java, Flink snapshot that we can do the data pre-processing. Like one problem, like a Langard is sending this huge dump of the data. The Bragage cannot handle it. So we can pre-process it with Python, do a lot of data, so make it available. Some other stuff, right? Every technician, you have to copy it, change the filter, and when they leave, you have to do it again. So what we do is we use their Office 65 login, is current login user. So this is a teeny tiny thing here, there, but it just make, yes, it's add up because one day it's like, where's John's report? Oh, I was busy. Hold on, let me create a John. 3 weeks later, yeah, then like that one, copy paste, right, to your company name. Then one day, it's like, why Joe's one still here? Joe is 2 months gone. Oh, somebody forgot. Let me delete it, right? Sometimes it's not the time, it's energy that you have. This is a fully automated. You have one thing, and this one, right? Many times back then, we can change any field with the URL, right? Because if you send the client report with the ticket number, this is the problem has been there for 10 years. the bright gauge, it has a link, but when client click that link, it go to the ConnectWise portal that client doesn't have that login. So we have a one. I remember I was chasing this 5 years ago, chasing one of the prospect of a current client. It's like you can solve that problem, remove that freaking link, so I don't need to ever answer the question again. I'll switch. We did it in 2 days. So remove the link. Then it's like, okay. What about if you can switch that link to Cloud Radio? Then later people say, what about the Desk Direct? Then you know what? What about we just give you the ticket ID? You can name whatever the URL you want. Then what about this is a meeting with Gong or anything, the RMM, QuickBooks, doesn't matter. So it's become like you can change any field into that. So another one is the famous or, right? Which I really don't understand. As any BI, you and or. That's almost like duh. The baggage so far it still doesn't support or the group or only line or, which means some of the use case is either impossible.
So what's your price difference between bright gauge and this?
The last slide is we do the price matching.
Okay.
And
what about like having additional integrations?
It's $10 cheaper than bright gauge each. Yeah, it goes through that. So the others, right? If anybody uses the calculated measure, the bright gauge is super limited. Division, multiplication, addition, subtract. We can do the case when not zero, some of the basic SQL. For the advanced user, this is super. I get so many times I do the demo, like, whoa, that's the feedback I got. For the people using it, this is awesome, right? Because they can control so many different things. If you use the bright gauge or the goal, so this is a standard bright gauge goal, we can easily one button convert it into the charts, and we support the weekly. Your business doesn't only run weekly. You have some report number is monthly, you some of them the quarterly. We support all those, while bright gauge only support weekly. Added history. Oh, somebody messed up a widget. Can we revert back to the last version? Yeah, that's the feedback I got. We have all the versions there. For bright gauge, it's mission impossible. They just don't have it. For us, right, you can go there just like, okay, revert to the yesterday, or revert to the 3 versions ago, right? Then done. And we have spent a lot of time organize it to say, oh, this is the service department. You can use tags. You can use different filters to create all the report and make it easy instead of one huge list. Everybody dig into that list. So every team have their own lists there. If you have a lot of TVs, we have a client have like 6 locations, 6 cities, and about 20, 30 TVs. So what we do is we give you a digital code. Any of the TV, almost every TV is smart, can have Wi-Fi with the built-in browser. If not, $25, Fire Stick can make it happen. So you go to the TV, put the TV.msbboss.ai. It has a UUID. Enter that one, link to your system. Then you modify this TV, what are the report you want, boom, in 2 seconds, that TV change. So you don't need some Nook, the RMM tools, remote. As long as that TV is connected to the Wi-Fi and has the browser open, it will display exactly what it said it would display, right? That's answer the question side, right? We give you everything bright gauge included. Plus, we don't limit how many snapshot database. Bright gauge only gave you, even you buy the enterprise version, is 25 snapshot limit, unlimited. We have a lower onboarding cost. We do the free migration. We used to have a 10 people team dedicated there every day. Now we use AI, is much more smaller, 3, 4 people. We help you migrate your bright gauge over to the MSP boss. So that 10 years or 5 years dashboard you developed, you don't need to do it again. We'll have team has AI to do it, right? We also have the unlimited integration. Now I think bright gauge also have it now because they copied it from us. And we do the price matching, right? And everything is 120 days unconditional money back guarantee. So if you try to say, oh, Daniel, you lied about that one, or whatever reason, I'm too busy, I have 2 projects, I lost 2 clients, I lost 2 employees, I don't have time for this anymore, 120 days, whatever you pay, we'll give you back. That's because back then when I was vendor sitting there, how many times I secretly signed a 3-year agreement, I cannot get up. I hate that so much. I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is the BI part before I move to the how we take the action. Any questions? Okay, we can get everything together. Oh yeah, so forget about this. So typically usage, right, for the people who use Brigade, simple, right? You go in, you clone it. We have a lot of thousands of the templates, widgets, and you can get in here, do the widget editor, put it on the TV, send the monthly reports. But there are a couple of things that Brigade as a doesn't have out of box, right? So like this kind of ticket summary, everybody has that, no problem. But we have this ticket labor analysis out of box, analyze the labor efficient rate, right? How the labor, labor per ticket, per month, all those costs. Yeah. And this one actually pretty long. If you keep stretching, I cannot take screenshot for everything. And agreement profitability, right? This is one, I joke about it. I say, hey, one time I'm like, how many people checking your agreement profitability every month? Like 10%. I'm like, the rest of you guys are nonprofit? People start laughing. Exactly, right? I guess not. You paid money to cut here. But it's very difficult to check it. We have the very sophisticated agreement profitability, give you, each of the agreement, the months, red color coding. So that way you can just take a look and say which agreement is not profitable or not very profitable, and you focus on those agreement, then imagine your net profit grow. It's very simple logic, but it takes a lot of effort to get that done. Yeah, like this is a detailed agreement for each of the client preview, right? Give you the trend lines, which one is going up, going down. It's out of box working, right? So utilization, right? So utilization, in my opinion, is the number one KPI the technician has to do. You pay them 8 hours, you want them to deliver the 85% per day because they also have PTOs, vacations, everything. But annually, you want them to be 75%. But how are you managing it, right? This is a tons of a report. I just showing a couple of, again, right? You slide down, it will be a lot of more reports. They're there. Late time entry. We all require the technician. You need to do the real-time time entry. How do you know they did it or not? This one will give you very clear data, right? Average late, total late. This is a long one, right? What's the percentage of the late?
Is that using the audit trail?
No, this one we use the time entry. What's you enter the time minus the end time. So if the ticket ended on Monday, now it's Wednesday. Why you wait for 2 days to enter it? That makes sense? Yeah. Yeah, but we can use some of the data from the audit trial. Yeah. So yeah, we give you the trend line, the different technician, and compare you to the top 20% MSP with all MSP where you are, so you know where you're doing, right? The project management, monthly reports. So this is my favorite quote. I've been using this literally for last whenever, right? I keep telling my team, this is before my MSP time in my retail store. I'm like, there's automation, right? Don't ever send a human to do the machine's job. What I'm talking about, right? So if you go to any dashboard, you guys use the Brigade, there's the 3 dots. You can click, have some extra buttons. But for MSP bots, the first one called create bot, right? What that mean? Because as I mentioned earlier, right, you got the service managers, you got team leads. They're every day, 20, 30% of their time is looking at a dashboard, a report, or a view, or open the software, searching for problems, right? They cannot go there, sit behind every technician, observe. You cannot get the data, and physically impossible. You can sit behind everybody, but that's the time. So what we did is this is where the MSP bot's name come from. The day one, I hate to stare at the screen constantly. Is it red? Is it red? Oh yeah, it's red. Let me drill through. Oh, it's John again, right? Oh, it's Mary again. So
So the
that
bot actually fires people for me?
somebody tried. I don't think legal and HR agreed. So you can. I'll show you.
It's never said a human to do a machine's job.
I know, right? So you create a bot. This is a design actually many years ago. First is the 3 simple step. Is what's the trigger, what's the alert, what's the escalation. It's a 3 step. For any, it's a bar chart, pie chart, line chart, doesn't matter. Whatever, every single dashboard or the widget, we call widget, Brigade called gauge, has this function. So when you open it, it's trigger, alert, escalation. So what's the trigger means? The trigger just mimic like when that data become red. And some people scanning when that data become red, right? So it's a very standard filter system. Which widget, which integration is a widget or data set? If you drop down, it could also check the data sets. Is widget or data set? What's the name? What's the layer? And what's the rule, right? What rule make it red? Oh, the backup, last successful backup is more than 24 hours. Bingo, that's a problem. The QuickBooks invoice is not paid 14 days. The ticket is nobody touched it for more than 36 hours. This time entry, you entered more than 5 minutes, right? Any department, anything you can use a data to describe, you can create a trigger here, right? So anything that all the problem you do, or you talk with your service manager, what are the things that you are nagging people all day long for last 12 months? Right? Those are the can you describe it if some data becomes something and something and something? Bingo, that's your trigger. And of course, you can say how often you want it, every hour, every day, or you can use advanced scheduler every Monday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. and 9 a.m., right? Whatever, it's flexible. So this is basically mimic the human. You say, hey, service manager, I want you to check this data every hour. Whenever that date, the ticket is more than 36 hours not updated, I want you to do something. So this is the trigger is checking it. What is do something? Your manager, Daniel didn't do his job. You don't go there and say, oh, let me do it for Daniel. No, you go there and says, Miss Daniel, you didn't do this. You call Daniel or you go behind Daniel, slap it. Some people say, can you wire electron collar? Like consulting your HR, get the data, I will do it. So easy. There's some human hater here, right? So this one, we gave you because all the data from, this is a ticket owner, right? Hey, first name, here's your recent time entry with this ticket link. These are tokens coming from the real-time data and compile the messages. And the messages, we suggest you write the message, what happened, why it's important, how to fix it. If it's a problem, I'm always says only send to one person, right? People are like, oh, let me send to the channel. Let me send to 3 people. If everybody is responsible, nobody is, right? So this one, or you go to the web message, email, Slack, all those kind of stuff, right? Going through that. So the message, you can customize whatever you want.
So you can pop up in their browser while they're on msnbc.com and say,
Not right now, it's on the MSP bots, but we send it to the Teams chat. Yeah, we're actually developing a product plugin. Then you wish it would become true. Yeah, so this is, but what if it's a bot message, right? You got a human service manager said to that guy, said to Daniel 5 times last week. Daniel didn't give a shit. Now you wish a bot message to make the difference. They just I literally get people disable it, mute it, ignore it.
Yep.
What can you do? Yeah. So we designed this escalation, the third step. If Daniel is constantly ignoring this issue, we start say, go to your Active Directory. First, we send the user says, hey, if you keep ignoring it, I'm gonna tell Chuck, right? Who's Daniel's manager. Literally, this is literally what the bot's saying, right? But we politely says we're gonna reach for Chuck to give you the help. Joke aside, but that way you really should do. It's like, Daniel, how can I help you? Not like a dumbass, what did you do? Right? You should just like, Daniel, how can I help you to make you a better technician? Because this bot has been chasing you for 6 times. But we gave the technician alert first. And if they ignore, then we said, okay, we go to your Active Directory, find out who's Daniel's manager. And the 6 message later is the manager. You can also you can start add HRs, the technician himself, and you can keep going. Manager's manager, right? You can go to layers. Step 1, the team. Then the second is manager. The manager's manager, manager. Then eventually get to the CEO. Of course, you don't want to chase CEO for everything, but if the backup didn't happen for 72 hours, every hour, goddamn CEO, go get job done. Why I'm saying that? I lost $100,000 for 16 not done backup, 16 days. Mm-hmm.
So if Daniel has missed 5 and he gets this warning that on the next pitch, you're going to tell his manager.
Yes.
And he straightens up. Mm-hmm. Does he have it hanging over his head that he's already 5 down, or does he earn some penance if he straightens up for a period of time? Yeah. 5 goes away.
So what we did is all this data is stored in a data set. So you can create a report on a report. Does that make sense? So I basically answer your questions. As long as you have a way to manipulate data, you can create a leaderboard. It can reset. It do the count of last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he he straightens up his behavior,
yeah,
his 5 can go to 0.
Yeah, we a couple of years ago, I worked with MSP. They created the streak. Who can have the longest streak for not making any mistake?
Okay.
For every month, they gave them like $20 gift card.
Okay.
So you can gamify it because it's data. Whatever you create the data with the report, right? And some of the messages, right? The screen is not full. Yeah, for example, in my MSP, we said every time you finish the time entry, you need to end with the next step, unless the ticket is closed. So which requirement is that the technician has to enter the next step. But if people forgot, then they get this message: hey Kat, you forgot to write this one, blah 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 blah. And why it's important? Because you always want to explain why. Start with why, right? If people understand why, they're way more likely to do it. Otherwise, oh, you just add another thing on my day, crazy day. You just want to make my life more difficult. Then you tell them what they do. Like this one, your time entry is late. Here's the data. Here's a what. Here's a why. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? If this is the brand new employee, if they wanted to be a good technician, they read this one. Oh, that makes sense because the late time entry is not accurate. We can miss the billing. I'm doing the job on Monday, but it's not Friday. Wednesday, the client called in. Nobody knows what happened because I didn't put in my notes. 20 minutes later, they're chasing. Oh, Daniel did it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes or no, not a right? So if the time is late or I'm not correct.
Right. You can create. This is just this bot only. This one bot only check is you're late or not.
You have
Yes. Yeah, we have an onboarding process. There's a typically 3 sessions. We help you because first we always suggest we have a lot of templates already. Start with a template, quick win. Literally like 10 minutes. You're up at like this one. You turn it on. Look at it. You want 5 minutes or you want 0 minutes. Some companies 0 minutes, right? Because if you follow the SOP, your time you spend typing the time entry is part of service. People are just like, oh, I was no, that 15 minutes you're typing, that's billed at $175 an hour. They're just like, no, I'm not doing job. Yes, you are. So though that's if you do it right, but some companies say, oh, 5 minutes. Some companies say, 30 minutes is good enough. It's my culture. I don't want to be nitpicking on people. I'm like, okay, whatever. But you can do that. Like this one, we also give you can link to a video guide or your IT Glue or YouTube or internally stream. Basically, this is the micro training, right? If the employee get in the first day, they made the first mistake, the bots immediately give the message. And if that person want to learn again, right? Instead of go 5 days ConnectWise University training, this is exactly the problem, exactly at the moment they made, and exactly what they need to know to fix it. And every single time, right?
Do you have data on adoption of all the entire suite of the software? I'm assuming that everything you showed us.
I have different pricing. We have the a la carte pricing and the total care pricing. I do need to push the time, sorry. Yeah.
I'm interested. So if someone is using BrightPage the way that BrightPage
Yeah.
there's at least 100 more things.
Yep.
I'd love to know if you have on the adoption of all the extras and how
We don't have the exact data, but I can tell you all over the spectrum. Just like you guys in the peer group, right? It's the same SOP you guys come in this meeting, developed, discussed. Everybody is the same, here the same thing. 3 months later, you do a survey. Somebody did 0, somebody did 120. It's just like nature of where their priority, do they have the right talent? Are they investing the time? Is owner managers pay attention or not?
Bell curves for nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really just like some people use the full spectrum and constantly ask us, hey, I want this feature, I want that feature. Yeah, we have a total care, all you include. Let me. No, we actually, if you go to the pro, we have a dedicated client success manager. You can email, book the meeting anytime you want. Because if you're not successful, you're going to cancel it, especially first 120 days. So yeah, this is kind of like what the bots does, right? This is the real people VPN, real data. I took the screenshots. This is the how many, that next step, right? VPN is not putting the next step in the time entry. We count how many times he did, average about 16 times. and we have a 15 minutes meeting, get everybody on there, just showing them, say, hey guys, we just deployed the bots. Some of them you probably received this, and what the heck is this? This is a tracking if you put a next tab or not. If you did, if you didn't, it will get this message, what it's talking about, why it's important, what you should do to fix it, right? Should be like 5 minutes simple, because you already have these rules. You just say how the bots work, then look what happened next day, next couple of days, sometimes get busy, come back, 21 days to form a habit, right? This is very typical human behavior. If they want to do a good job, 21 days, the bots basically trained VPN, do the time entry, put the next step in the time entry. And if they don't, remember, I will give you this line, you can say, hey, why, Daniel, your line is flat? Why I had 3 conversations with you already? Do you want me to refer you to the HR to have the conversation? So that's basically, you have the data, not just like, I feel you're not do a good job. Nope, the data says you just keep me make the mistakes, right? So this is data-driven part of the performance. And with the basic one done, we get expanded our data with some, you can call some AI workflows, right? Called ChatGPT to do something. Or the, like right now that we're working on upgraded to the agent, to the skills, cloud skill you can directly call, or you can call the RESTful API, right? AI is a very good write API calls. You can go, if anything have the API, QuickBooks has API, you can update a, close the invoice or create an invoice. So you can just put the parameter in, then voila. If this dashboard get this point, go create a ticket for me. If that dashboard get to that point, go close that ticket, switch that status, add a time entry. You can write your own API with the help of the AI pretty easily. So that's the bot part, right? I'm going to share the pricing, everything, onboarding later. So the next one is, this is actually my original idea back in the days when I was running a retail store, right? It's like roughly about a 1 to 10 ratios with the number of the ticket to the number of the people. So every day they come in, they need to make the decision to say, hey, I got 10 tickets assigned to me by dispatcher or by themselves, self-dispatch. Then like which ticket I should be working on. For the people who actually spend time to look at it, they look at the ticket number 1, what's going on, or the CEO, or they already using F words, right? This is 30 days old. That's pay us $6,000. This one is, have a new, this client just replied. You look at all those pieces of data, all the 10 tickets, look at it, because you cannot only use priority, because this is a high priority, but waiting for the vendor. You cannot also use the, dates. That's a 30 days old ticket. Yeah, but also waiting for something, or, nothing I can do about it. So that's about like each time is five minutes ish, right? They spend on the look at the tickets. I'm gonna do number 7. That's when they actually doing it. But sometimes, guess what? They're like, oh, this one, yeah, this is a tough client. I'll do it this afternoon. You said that's 3 afternoons ago. Until that client's like, where the heck is my ticket? Cherry picking the tickets. Or they're like, you know what? I ain't gonna spend any time. I'm just random pick a ticket. And that ticket in the black hole. So this one, some companies solve it by, oh, I'm gonna hire a dedicated dispatcher, put on their calendar. Typically, it's a level 1, non-technical, dispatcher. Somehow it's determined, Daniel, you're level 3 technician. You tomorrow are gonna look like this. Yeah, right. That ticket is gonna take exactly 30 minutes, and that ticket is gonna exactly 1 hour, and there will be no new ticket or urgent ticket come in. So that person is playing all this quick one and a lot of challenge. So what we did is really just like so we mimic your service desk views, right? The ConnectWise view. So here's the ticket field, and we list all the reasons why this ticket is more important than that ticket. In the summary, it mentioned urgent. In the hey, this one, the sentiment is really bad. That one paying a lot of money. This is the CEO is more important. We list all the rules that what you should consider right there. You are the ticket owner. You should do your own ticket first before you worry about other people's ticket. Then we give it to the rules, right? For every ticket past due, every hour it get 10 points, which means the longer it past due, the number is higher. Or you're the CEO, you get extra 100 points. So that means that the sales ticket is more important than other people's ticket. You pay us $6,000, I give you 6,000 points. You pay us $600, I give you 600 points. You have a different agreement, blah, blah, blah. And you can create your own, right? Unlimited rules, unlimited ways you can add the points, and we'll give you the templates. Then when the people get ready, Daniel, you're hired, you're ready to work, show the 8 a.m., they go to the Teams, type NT, right? Within 2 seconds, we run through that 200 tickets, open tickets. Each of them run for 40 data points, right? The 40 data points, we add a total one, and we stored, say, for Daniel, this is the highest point of the ticket. So automatically calculate that one. So nobody need to do any calculation. It's happening in 2 seconds. And and when you get that ticket, there's a button, I didn't take the screen. You can accept it or reject it. When you accept it, it will automatically change the technician to the ticket owner and make the ticket automatically change to in progress, right? Then they go to the connect guys working on it. But they said, nah, this is not, I'm not a VMware technician, but why you give me this skill? Giving me this one. Oh, we have a territory. I don't know why you give this territory one to me. So somebody made a mistake or wrong, go there. So you can go back. It will send a text, send a message to the manager, and the manager can adjust the rules or the points, so they are not getting this ticket again, right? So the benefit for this one, right, is really just like so basically this automated ticket dispatcher is work 24/7, super scalable. You don't need to hire the second dispatcher, the third dispatcher. They're on vacation, they're sick, I'm not in the mood, I'm overwhelmed, I'm on the phone, I cannot do this one. Everything is done there, and this dispatcher is doing exactly what you believe, because you're the one control the rules, control the points, right? Every single time, not what they believe on that day, on that hour, what's the ticket should be dispatched. So I would say it's 100 times better, faster, accurate, and at the fraction cost of a dispatcher salary, even you hire in Philippines. So that's the one I'll show later. So the next ticket, I know a lot of people use the thread there, so maybe it's overlap, but we have our ticket part is the triage, automatically do the triage, update the PSA. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on that one. So you already have the triage. So what I want to talk about is the ticket QA. Yeah, so we have this based on the OML, right? So when the technician put the ticket into the completed, typically in most MSP we talked about it, they have someone to look at it, maybe like 5-10%. Service manager take 30 minutes, an hour a day, look at all the completed tickets, sample it, look at some of them, move the completed or rejected, the technician go fix it. And the rest of them, they select batch, close. So that's called the ticket QA. So what we did is we have this totally about 30 different rules, right? Did it capture the labor, categorized under the trend analysis? Is pure AI do the analysis, right? So it's that all the way to the OM5. So once it's done, we give you this report, right? Which technician, how many tickets, what's every score, what's the passing rate, which of the rules generally, it checked the 1,000 of them, 87 passed, so you're okay at 85%, right? Why it's, sorry. So then basically the ticket completed is sent to the AI, track those 30 rules. But before we don't do, first 2 weeks, we don't do anything. We present the data. So it's a totally intrusive, zero intrusive, non-intrusive. You're just observing. But then there's a sum up, sum down, and why. You say, hey, AI, you're doing it wrong. Here's why. Because this particular client for this particular ticket, we're doing it differently than the general rules. I need you to pass it or not passing it. You do a 2 weeks kind of like a training. Once your training done, then we say, yep, the QA is reach about 85% or 95% accuracy. You're happy. You say, turn on the red back, which means now we start alerting the tech. The tech put the ticket into the completed. A couple minutes later, they receive a message. Hey, Daniel, after the 30 rules, you passed the 24 of them. And all the major, OLM 1 or 2 is done, but there's some nice to have. Go take a look. And you can decide from there, you know what? We're not that far away from OLM 5. It's just FYI, I'm still going to let it update ticket. Just close it. Some of them you can say, no, I'm going to change the ticket status to QA failed and bounce back a message to the technician. So technician can learn, oh, I did something wrong. I'll improve next time. So this one is scheduled release. We're already at alpha with like 2 people. We with about 20 MSPs testing it. So far, it's working really well. We give you the dashboard, we give you a report, we give you all the control. What do you want to turn on, turn off, right? There's some other like AI sentiment. I run out of time, right? A lot of the stuff, the AI stuff, we're doing also for this area.
The triage piece is separate from the dashboard.
Yeah, this is all individually. All the AI will have a credit system, right? So you share the credit system. You can buy the credit. The more credit you buy, because we have to pay Microsoft, right? So we cannot give unlimited, right? So rest of them, I'm not gonna put that much. Let me see if I have a pricing page. It's a pricing. Let me see.
Tech names, you can
read a couple of them. Yeah.
They weren't your tech. They weren't my tech.
Yeah. Where's my? Oh, this one. Pricing. Yeah, AI is. Why I cannot send it here? Okay. Oh my God, the Wi-Fi. I guess every time I'm like Chicago. I guess it's a Chicago problem. It's a Chicago problem. Is this? Your Wi-Fi is get distorted. So yeah, basically, I'll go very quickly because I forgot this one. Let me see if it's working. So basically, we do the a la carte, right? So you can, if you just need the BI, we can match the bright gauge price unless you get it for free included there. Why it's not showing? Yeah, so you can do the a la carte price, right? So like you can buy just ConnectWise alone, right? If you don't have it, you use Grafana, right? So it's 179. Everything I showed about the BI included. It's probably more expensive, but yeah, I don't think Grafana have the agreement profitability. $180, and I can replace Grafana with this. Yes, for ConnectWise, right? It's a ConnectWise. There's $29, so $200 about. You can add more RMM, accounting, others. Reggae charge $99. That's why I say it's $10 cheaper. You can keep going, but there's an unlimited. We actually show special. Our typical unlimited is $900, but if you pay the $700, $699, you get unlimited integration, which means any integration I showed you or any integration we developed this month or next month automatically included. All those features I showed you and their assets. And then if you say, okay, I instead of you pay $100,000 a service manager chasing people every single day, look at the dashboard, that 20%, $50 per user, you can bots to chasing them.
Yeah, view only users?
View only is free. So no matter the client, they can have unlimited client. Yes, same thing. Because if we want to move 400 of them, we have to pretty much match in what they do. Yeah. So $50 for the bots. I know my time, right? Yeah. Okay.
Time's a little over.
Yes.
But thank you. Love your passion, by the way.
I love it. Next ticket is $50, and same thing, right? All monthly, $120, 120 days, and all the AI stuff we use a centralized credit system, right? We're actually developing some like after-hour phone calls, automatically use the cloud skill to solve the issues, all that, and we also have a bundle package. It's like $990, unlimited dashboards, and 10 user bots, 10 user next ticket, and include onboarding. Okay.
All right,
that's my first. Yeah. I'll send the video over, or if you guys have the question, the slide deck, right? Feel free to reach out. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bob says some good thing about me, right? If something bad, talk to me. Yeah.
Yeah, when he gives it to me, I'll load it in there. So. It sounded like he was going to wait for us back.